Temptations. A great miniseries, wasn't it? The Temptations. This part will give you pause. I said last time I had a 60,000 kilogram meter per second SUV. That's how much momentum it had. It was 2,000 kilograms going 30 meters per second, or 68 miles an hour. And it's going to acquire that much momentum. I'm going to bleed out that momentum slowly. So the force will only be 600 newtons, which is less than a half a G for me. My weight's 1,000 newtons. So that's not too bad. But if you hit a brick wall where it stops on a bang, that's really dangerous. That's why we have airbags. That's why people have been experimenting with these things for years. In the 60s, my family went to Troy, New York to visit my grandfather. We had a 1960 Chevy, and we went in 1965, and maybe 1964, something like that. Well, we got installed in that car before we left for Troy, which is upstate New York, seatbelts. That 1960 Chevy Impala did not come with seatbelts. It came without seatbelts. And my mother said, if we go, we're going to get seatbelts installed. And the family of 6 got in the car and we went to Troy, New York. Now we have airbags. Now we have side airbags. Now we have crumpled front ends that really increase the amount of time it takes you to stop. We have good brakes. But what happens, God forbid, you hit a wall going 68 miles an hour? What kind of forces are involved there? Well, 60,000 divided by 0.001 is 60 million. I was an EMT for 6 or 7 years, and you see some horrific accidents. Some of them people walk away from, and some of them, unfortunately, they don't walk away from. And I don't know a lot about most things, but I know probabilities. And that is, you wear your seatbelts, there's going to be less of a chance you'll get seriously injured as opposed to not wearing your seatbelts. It's amazing people don't wear their seatbelt. People actually unhook the airbag. No, I don't want an airbag. Airbags kill. You get that weird stuff on your face and it really burns. It's not true. They're great and they're safe. Let me compare this to something, okay? 60 million newtons. That's how much force would be exerted on your body. You would be ripped to shreds. A high-powered rifle, 30 caliber. In World War II, they call it the BAR, Browning Automatic Rifle. They were 30 caliber. Big, long, 63 millimeters long. And they had a bullet and a large magazine. Those bullets went how fast? 1,984 miles an hour. That's how fast a high-powered rifle, that's a BAR, it travels in excess of 1,900 miles an hour. And in meters per second, that's going to be 882 meters per second. Wait a second, hold it. Wait, 882 meters per second? And I was only going 30 meters per second here, or 68 miles an hour? So you're talking about going 1,900 miles an hour? That must be terrible. Well, think about this. The bullet is only 10 grams, about 150 grains, or 10 grams. If it's 10 grams, it's 0.01 kilograms. 0.01 kilograms. If it's 0.01 kilograms, 0.01 kilograms times 882 meters per second, that's going to have a momentum of 8.82, right? 8.82 momentum units, or 8.82 kilogram meters per second. Let me write that on the board. .82 kilogram meters per second, as opposed to 60,000 kilogram meters per second. All right? 8.82 kilogram meters per second. Big difference, right? Now, I said 0.001 seconds to stop. .82 kilogram meters per second equals F times 0.001. F equals 8820 newtons, right? How much, what is 660 million? What is 60 million? 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 zeros. 60 million. What is 60 million divided by 8,820? 6,803. So that truck will deliver 8,000 times the force of a bullet. That's amazing, isn't it? Now, yes, we did a few things that we don't know if they're right or not. The 0.001 stopping time. Okay, we said that. Well, if I'm going to have the same stopping time, though, for the car and for the bullet, that's number one. That's significant if it's the same, right? But look at the momentum of the car. The momentum of the car is 60,000 kilogram meters per second. The momentum of the bullet is only 8.82. Right? So, do I think that guns are dangerous? Absolutely. But do you drive? Do you drive a car? Do you really realize, this is a teenager I'm talking to, you have no idea who it is. Do you realize how dangerous that car is and what you could do to other people, let alone yourself? And they're talking about guns, which are terrible. Don't get me started. But when you're talking about a car, you're talking about things that they put in the car that can protect your life and those that you care about. And some of those things are seat belts, crumple zones in the beginning of your car, kind of like an accordion design. The hood of your car kind of crushes. Side airbags, front airbags, padded dashboards. When I was a kid, they had a car called the Corvair. A Corvair. It's a funny looking car. Metal dashboard. No padding on it at all. Metal dashboard. No seat belts, metal dashboard. It's amazing that I lived through my childhood driving in those cars. It's amazing, really. We've made cars so much safer. Crumple zones, seat belts, airbags, padded dashboards. What do they all have in common? They increase T. If you increase T, you'll decrease F. That's what kills you. The F is what kills you. The F is what kills you. This is going to be constant. You have a big car, that's going to be large. You're going to go even the speed limit. 65 miles an hour on the parkway in some places. 65 miles an hour locally. Right? It's about 30 meters per second. Right? 28 meters per second. These cars are big. How many people think there are more SUVs on the road than regular cars? Sure seems that way. They're big cars. Don't forget, it's not just the person driving it who's in danger. It's the person you're hitting as well. Just, you guys are new at getting your license. You're going to be young drivers. Think carefully. Think carefully. And always think this. Increase T. Increase braking time. Good brakes. Crumple zones. Seat belts. Airbags. Padded dashes. Hey. Do you understand now what I mean? Be careful out there. Have a great weekend.